Today we will discuss the drugs given mainly by IV infusion. So drugs can be given by different routes of administration, among which the most widely used route of administration is the oral route. So drugs can be given by the oral route in the form of various dosage forms like tablets, capsules, suspensions and even syrups. And sometimes we give the drugs by IV route. So when we require this IV route, so IV route is very important when the drug has to show its action immediately. So under emergency conditions, IV route is going to be preferred. That's why if you have the drugs are given by either oral route or IV route based on the requirement. So drugs like propranolol, metoprolol, morphine and a lot of the drugs are given by the different routes of administration like the oral route as well as the intravenous route. But few of the drugs are given by IV infusion only. So when a drug is given by IV infusion, particularly when the drug is not orally bioavailable, then it can be given by IV infusion. And normally we can select the IV route as an IV bolus administration, but instead for few of the drugs we always give them by IV infusion. So when we select for the IV infusion, so when the drug is again short acting, then we can give it by IV infusion. In this way, when a drug is less bioavailable by oral route due to high first pass metabolism, otherwise if a drug is short acting, then we can prefer the IV infusion. So now let us see what are the drugs which are mainly given by IV infusion. So let us start with the first one, adenosine. Adenosine is one of a drug which increases the cyclic AMP levels, thereby it is going to acting like a vasodilator. And adenosine is in one of an endogenous mediator, so it can also act as a vasodilator as well as a nociceptive agent which produce some pain. But one of the clinical use of the adenosine is in the treatment of tachycardia. Adenosine is one of the drug which can show its action on the AV node and it can produce a conduction block through the AV node. So the impulses cannot be passed from the atria to the ventricles, so it can prevent the supraventricular tachycardia. So adenosine is a drug of choice in the treatment of supraventricular tachycardia. As adenosine shows very short duration of action, adenosine is given by IV infusion. Second type of drugs are the carbapenems. So carbapenems include doripenem and meropenem. And another drug etapenem can be given by both IV infusion as well as intramuscular route. And carbapenems can inhibit the cell wall cells of the bacteria just like the penicillins, thereby they can act as the bactericidal agents. These drugs can be given in the urinary tract infections as well as the bacterioid infections. Third type of drug is the Esmolol. Esmolol is one of a selective beta blocker. So we have so many selective beta blockers. Among these, Esmolol is only the one drug which is given by IV infusion. So Esmolol is going to block the beta 1 receptor selectively, thereby it is going to inhibit the both rate and force of contraction of the heart. So that's why Esmolol can be given in the conditions where there is increased heart rate like the tachycardia. And Esmolol, because of the short duration of action, it is given only by IV infusion and it is given at an infusion rate of 50 to 150 microgram per kg per minute. And this drug can be used in the various conditions like the supraventricular tachycardia as well as sinus tachycardia and atrial fibrillation. In all these conditions, Esmolol infusion can be given. Fourth type of drug is the Vancomycin. Vancomycin is one of a glycopeptide. This glycopeptide acts by inhibition of the release of the building block within the bacterial cell wall. Because the building block is not released, it cannot be attached to the growing cell wall, so the cell wall synthesis is going to be inhibited in the bacteria. And this vancomycin is not bioavailable by oral route and it is given by the IV route. But vancomycin is given as an IV infusion, but this IV infusion is not given as a continuous, it is given as an intermittent IV infusion. So infusion can be stopped at regular intervals like the 30 to 60 minutes because vancomycin, whenever it is given as a continuous infusion, it can produce the infusion reactions like flushing as well as hypotension, commonly called as red man syndrome. And because of this red man syndrome, vancomycin should not be given at a rapid infusion. It can be given as a slow infusion and infusion should be stopped at regular intervals. Vancomycin is one of the drugs which is used in the treatment of the Staphylococcus aureus infections, particularly methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus infections, MRSA. But nowadays, vancomycin is also getting some resistance, and we can observe the VRSA, vancomycin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus infections. And vancomycin can also be used in the treatment of Clostridium difficile infection, which produces a diarrhea and it produces a pseudomembranous colitis. In such situation, again, vancomycin can be used. Fifth one is the aminoglycoside antibiotics. Drugs like amikacin, kanamycin, and gentamicin. So here, few of the drugs like gentamicin can also be given by the intramuscular route. So these drugs are again not bioavailable by oral route, so they are given by intravenous route. And these drugs are going to inhibit the codon-anticodon pairing, and particularly these drugs binds to the 30th ribosome, thereby they impair the recognition of the codon and anticodon. In this way, aminoglycosides going to inhibit the bacterial protein synthesis by binding to the 30th ribosome. And aminoglycosides can be used in the various conditions, and particularly they can be used in the E. coli infections as well as Pseudomonas infections. These are one of the widely prescribed drugs. Other types of drugs. So we can list few of the drugs like morphine, amoxicillin, cephalosporins, imidazole. So many drugs are there which can be given as IV infusion as well as by other routes. So these are the drugs which are given by the multiple routes of administration, among which the IV infusion is one of the route of administration. And these drugs can be given by oral route because they are having some significant bioavailability, but under emergency conditions only they can be given by IV route. And they are given as an IV infusion in order to maintain the plasma concentration of the drug at a therapeutic level in order to show the action for a prolonged period. So that's about the drugs which are given mainly by IV infusion. So we have mainly 5 types of drugs here: adenosine, carbapenems, esmolol, vancomycin, and aminoglycoside antibiotics are mainly given by IV infusion. Still, the list of the drugs which are given by IV infusion may be increased in future, and few of the drugs are given by IV infusion as one of the route, but they can also be given by other route of administration like the oral route or intramuscular or any other types of routes.